Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be doing a follow-up to the fastest 3-inch plug and fly video that I did. So I did a full day of testing the speed of models that I hadn't previously tested because I hadn't set up a speed trap.
Holy Bro copies everything stock GoPro mount. No GoPro.
And I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in seeing some of that, maybe a montage of them all, maybe. But I was getting some backlash to the 3-inch speed test videos saying things like, nobody cares about speed. But, for example, I tested the Dart Max on a 6S. Maybe some of you would want to see that? I don't know. I just did it for fun, really. But I realised that I had tested most of my 3-inch models with the speed trap. And I know there were some questions around models that I wrote off because of their spec, specifically the XJB-145 and the GepRC Sparrow. Now, again, I'll state that speed isn't that important. I know that I said it maybe 2-3 times in the first video, but I still saw a lot of comments saying, what's the point when it will kill your battery and you'll get a 1-minute flight time? And yeah, that's true if you fly at full throttle constantly, but that's not the point of doing these runs. You see, I have a thrust stand and you can run a motor and an ESC combo and a prop on it and it'll give you data like the max thrust and the current draw, but I've realised that information is pretty much useless on its own because it doesn't tell you how they perform as 4 motors, 4 ESCs, all running off the same battery. So at least a speed test will tell you how that setup performs against all of the other setups that I have. And if you fly normally, all of these models get between a 3 to a 4-minute flight time anyways. I can just hear the comments in my head as I'm saying that. I've built a 3-inch model and it flies for 17 minutes. You see, the point of these models is not to fly them for 17 minutes. You don't get on a roller coaster hoping that it lasts 17 minutes. You either go on the Ferris wheel or the Big Dipper, and those are the 2 current options that we have with quadcopters at the moment. Anyways, I'm getting off track. So yeah, I hypothetically said that the runners-up are the XJB-145 and the GEP Sparrow. So, just like the first test, I fitted the GemFan 3052s and a new set of 850 mAh 4S Tattoo batteries to them, and let's check out the results. So there's a couple of things we can learn from this. The XJB-145 wasn't any quicker than with its stock props, so there is a limit in terms of prop pitch with a particular setup. The Sparrow was actually much slower than I'd expected. I think they say 170 kilometers per hour, which is like 150 5 mile per hour. It's not doing anywhere near that whatsoever. So it just goes to show, don't pay attention to these specifications that manufacturers give. But when you look at the specs, this big heavy frame is 20 grams more than the XJB. So even though it's got more torquey motors, its weight and its lower kV let it down. And not to mention the fact that it's more expensive and it doesn't have a proper on-screen display. But anyways, that's by the by. So I'll leave it there, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.